Let me just give a little brief intro. Hey, everybody. We're live over there on the Freakin Oracles channel, but I'm assuming that this is going to be a better representation. What I'll do is I'll bring him up after I go full screen with him. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to bring him up so you guys will be able to see him nice and clear. And I can't believe I didn't think of this before. But anyway, I'm over here at the Freakin Oracle. He's a great guy, guys. Everybody say hello to the Freakin Oracle. And I want to just say thank you for having me on your channel, brother. And thank you for hosting this interview. He's going to interview me. He's already started on his channel. But we're going to have a nice clear image. So you guys will be able to see everything. So thanks for joining in. You guys want the chat seen. I don't have my chat up right now. But I should. I could probably do that. I could probably do everything. I'm just hurting myself over here. Let me bring up the chat too. Here we go. Okay, great. There's the chat. That's where it's at. Okay. All right. I just want to say welcome to everybody that's on the Freakin Oracles channel, and I want to say welcome to everybody that's also on NAYS Garden channel. Simultaneously, we've got a couple communities here getting together, and that's always exciting. Great. We're live on 14 channels right now. So we already got 9 viewers over here.
Beautiful.
Okay, so what happened was, Freakin Oracle just asked me, everybody. He said, how did I end up moving from Florida to California? And I used to hang out in this chat room with this guy named Hatchme, and every once in a while I'd pop in there and say hello. It's called Cannabis Chat. Now it's Cannabis Chat. .talk or cannabischat.net, or it's different, but it's Cannabis Chat. You'll find it if you Google it. Tight knit group over there. There was a guy in the chat one day when we're smoking together and we're all getting high, and this guy's name was Jerry, and he said, "Yo, Nay," he said, "you're over there on camera every day selling cannabis. We could see you doing it. You're gonna go to jail, bro. You know that. So why don't you just move to California?" And I said, "Because I don't know where I'd go." And my buddy was sitting in the chat, my other buddy from Ohio. He's like, "Dude, you could just says it. Just boom, just blurts it out. Bro, you could come move in here with us and we'll help you find a house, bro. We'll set you up. You got to come out here." And I was like, okay. I was really impulsive back then. It made the most sense. And when somebody says something to me and it makes sense and I have the ability to do it, I'll go with it, And I was just like, I loved the house, and I loved having the recording studio, and I loved selling cannabis out of there, and I loved being close to my parents and all my friends, Iceman and Adam and all my buddies. It was great, man. But at the same time, it just made so much sense. I was like, yeah, I'm going down. And you know what? There was a van parked outside that house, and it was very mysterious, and I thought maybe it was a police van. I didn't think it was because there was no window on it. And then I told my friend, I told a couple of my friends, and I said, there was a white van. It didn't have any markings on it. It was just sitting out in my cul-de-sac across the street from my house. I was like, what do you think? It didn't have any windows on it, though. I don't think they're really watching me. And they're like, dude, those vans don't have windows on them. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. He's like, no, they don't have windows on them. They don't need them. They're listening to you. They don't have to watch your fucking ugly ass. And so I told Jerry, he's like, don't worry, I'm going to get rid of all the grows. I had grows in the house. There were pounds of cannabis, all that. He said, don't worry, I'm going to clean out the house. I was like, okay, because I'm leaving. He's going to move into the house. He's coming down to move into the house. He moved his family in. I leave. 3 days later, 4 days later, 5 days later, I'm on the road. I'm in Texas, I believe, and I get a call from Jerry. And he's up north, like up north, moving his stuff. And he's like, dude, they just arrested my wife. They locked up the kids in HRS. They're sweeping the house. Yeah, bro. It was psychotic. And it was like, it just took a few days. And I went ahead, I called a lawyer, and I got the kids out. I got her off. We went through the whole court thing. It took, a long time, man. It was a long time. It was a long process. But I dealt with it, and I paid for everything. And he blames me for it. He says that I set him up.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
He was walking into.
He blames me for it. I'm like, bro, I swear, why would he was gonna pay me rent on my home and watch the home, and it was gonna be there. And every time I wanted to come visit my family, he was gonna let me stay at the house and chill and party and have parties there and shit. It was all planned out, man. I mean, it was exactly the way I wanted it. I mean, there was no gain. I lost the home, bro. I lost the home
Yeah.
because I couldn't afford to pay the goddamn mortgage on it without someone renting it from me. You know, why would I take that away from myself? It was a beautiful home. It was kind of like this one. It's huge, man. It was on the swimming
Yeah.
pool. Oh, it was in this beautiful neighborhood. Oh, God. So sad. Sad.
Wow. I can't believe that happened. That is insane.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Betrayal has been a ongoing theme through my life, bro. A lot of betrayal, but you learn that humans are humans. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna say what they're gonna say, and the best thing you can do is just try to be prepared for the next person who's gonna fuck you. You know,
Yeah.
it's gonna keep happening, no matter what you do. And you know, I just told
So-
my mom. I'm sorry. Let me just say one thing. I told my mom last night. No
Yeah.
good deed goes unpunished. You know.
That is true.
Yep.
That is
It's
very
you
true.
find that out.
So you ended up moving to California and living with some of your buddies offline then.
So Ohio, man, they're great. Sometimes you see me wearing some of their shirts. The McDabbers. They had one. It says dabs to keep kids extracting nugs instead of dare. It's great. Yeah, I've got a bunch of his clothing. And they're such good friends of mine, and I'm so sad because they got me to move out here to California, and you know everything is going good, and then all of a sudden the cannabis market just went boop, and they left the state, and I'm heartbroken over that because basically they were my kind of like my home base folks, and they used to throw parties, man. We had so much fun over at their house, and they were kind of like a hub. And I was just so sad to see them move. They're back all the way over on the East Coast now. And I'm just kind of, out here losing friends. But
Well, you got lots of friends on the internet.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
That you do. Hey, I hit $1 million. Seriously, I'm gonna call you and be like, hey, pick me up at the airport. I'm coming.
All right.
So, how did you learn about triage oil? What really intrigued you?
Great
into
question, man. I'm
getting into that?
so glad you're asking me that. So it was back when I first moved to California, and I was doing the Trendy As Dabbers show, and I was doing it from that first house, and it was starting to get popular. I remember I had like 420 subscribers, and it just jumped from 420 to 1,000. And it was like I went to sleep, and the next day I woke up, and it was like that. It happened so quick. And by the time I had that many people watching the show, and they were all getting notified when I was putting up content, I had some fans from San Francisco. They contacted me. It was these two girls, and they said, "We love your show. We want to come visit you." And I said, "Okay, great. Come on out." So they drove up from San Francisco. And we hung out, and they were really sweet. We had a nice time. And as they were leaving, they said, "We wanted to give you a little gift. We've got this oil." And I was like, "Oh, cool. What is it?" And they're like, "Oh, it's a cannabis oil." And I was like, "All right, great." And I look on the label, and it says, Nerve Calm Cream. Forest Nymph Botanicals. That was the product, right? And I'm like, okay. I was like, they're really sweet and everything, but, topicals wasn't my thing. And I didn't, back then, bro, that was, 12 years ago, 11 years ago. And I wasn't feeling the kind of pain that I've been feeling over the last 5 years, 6 years, as I really put on a lot more weight and was just eating a lot of sugar. And I was just experiencing so many problems with my body. My body was breaking down. I didn't really have a need for a topical thing, and I didn't know what it did anyway. And that thing just sat on my counter for the longest time, and it just sat there, and it sat there, and it sat there. I mean, for years, it sat there. And then one day, I was looking at it, and I was like, man, I wonder if this stuff does anything. I wonder what you do with it, you know? And I had an abrasion or something, and it wouldn't freaking heal, you know? And I was like, I wonder if this will help, you know? And I had just ripped it open, you know, and it was, you know, it was painful. And I remember I put that stuff on, and I was like, oh, wow. I was like, that feels so much better. I was like, that doesn't hurt. I was like, I figured it was going to sting or something. But I looked inside the jar, and it was all gooey and disgusting, bro. And there was literally rotten cannabis bud flower inside it. Yeah, there were chunks of cannabis flower inside the oil. That's how they made it. And I was like, this is gross. I was like, I don't even want to rub this on my skin. And I was trying to figure out what was in it. I was like, I wonder if I could make something like this, you know? So, you know, it'll still work. But, you know, I'd been using it on things, and it seemed to be doing the job. But it was so nasty and disgusting. I was like, I wonder if I could come up with something better. And so I ran out of that stuff completely. And I was almost down to the very bottom of the jar. I decided, I don't know how I freaking did this. I decided to take coconut oil and mix it with a whole bunch of THC oil. So I did, my first mix was 50% coconut oil, 50% THC oil that I had. I had already had extracted oil all over the house. I'd had it, you know, I realized it was in my, my bubbler, you know, so what I was doing was I was taking like this device, and I was heating it up, and I was dripping the oil out into a ramekin, or I was taking alcohol and I was cleaning it out with alcohol, and I was dripping out the alcohol solution into a ramekin, and I would dissipate the alcohol until I was just left with the oil outside the glass. And I kept saving it and saving it and saving it. And I did a video years ago on my big channel, and I'm sitting right there on the couch, and I'm sitting at that coffee table, and I'm showing people how to extract the oil from a bubbler. And I'm saying, you know, just like I was just telling you, you know, you can do it with alcohol, you do it with heat, blah blah blah. And so I literally grabbed, you know, bubbler, and I was doing it on the, yeah, cheers to you, bro. I need to pack a bowl. And I was giving a demonstration. And at the end of that video, and if we looked that video up, it would be great. Because at that end of that, near the end of that video, I remember saying it. I'm like, I'm saving all this oil up. I'm like, I know it's got a high content of THC in it, I said, and I'm sure that it's good for something, but I'm just not sure what. And son of a gun, that's the same oil that I started using to make my first triage oil with. The exact same stuff out of my bubbler. So I took it, and like I said, I tried a 50-50 mix, and I rubbed it in, and I was like, well, this freaking works. I mean, God, it seems to work. I was like, but there was something wrong with it. And I was like, it seemed to just like not really go into the skin really good. And then I started thinking, I was like, what if I wanted to give this to my friends? What if I wanted to sell this to people? I was like, I'm doing a 50-50 mix here. I'm like, I'm going to run out of oil like in a couple of days. I'm not going to have any oil left. I'm going to have to contact my friend Dino and see if he can manufacture some oil for me, because he's got the whole setup. He can do that. And I'm like, I remember I contacted him. I'm like, dude, can you make me oil? He's like, dude, I got so many people I'm making oil for right now. I'm like, there's a waiting list. And I was like, okay. So I'm thinking, right? I'm like, what else am I going to do? How am I going to make this work? So I was like, well, I wonder if I could try 25% oil to 75% coconut oil. So I tried that. I made a mix, rubbed it on my skin, used it, It was working. I was like, well, wait a minute. I was like, how low can I go? So I immediately went down to like fucking 5%. And it not only did it work, but now it was dissolving into my skin properly. There was no oil left. I was getting like a yellow residue of THC oil on my skin. And I didn't know. I was like, it was not anymore. So I was like, I think I'm onto something here. And I'm thinking, dude, if I'm doing 10%, it's still way too much if I want to do this on a large scale. I'm like, how low can I go?
Right.
So I got down to 2%. And I'm like, that's it. I can't go any lower than 2%. Why did I say I can't go any lower than 2%? Because I'm a fucking idiot. That's why. That's why. Because I didn't know. But I got to 2% and it still worked. Not only did it work, but it would take my pain away for like an hour. And I said, that's basically how long the 50-50 worked for. It took my pain, like acute pain, gone for an hour, no problem. I was like, okay. And I was doing 2% for a while. And I was like, what about 1%? Can I do 1%? Can I do half of what I'm doing now? So I went down to 1%. I tried it on a large scale. And it still worked. Not only did it work, but it was freaking lasting longer than the stuff that had 2% in it. Instead of it working for an hour, it was working for 4 freaking hours. And I'm putting on my little thinking cap here, and I'm like, that's because the carrier oil can only carry so much. And I need to find out how little it needs to get down in there, because I'm obviously wasting carrier oil somehow. So I got down to 0.6% on like a 14-ounce jar, and I made a 14-ounce jar of coconut oil, and I put 0.6% in there, and I rubbed it on my skin, and I was like, oh, this is great. I was like, not only is it working on acute pain and like cuts and things, I was rubbing it into my shoulder and it was making my arthritis go away. I'd rub it on poison oak and the poison oak would go away. I get stung by a hornet, the hornet sting would go away. I get bit by a mosquito, the mosquito bite would go away. And then the best part, and it wouldn't itch anymore. And the best part was, I'd rub it on my skin and go outside, and I'd literally see a mosquito would land on my arm and bite me, but it would go over here where the oil was, and it would go, and it would just like bounce off my arm, and I'm like, oh shit. So it's also repellent for mosquitoes, and I'm like, this is insane, man. I'm like, there's so many things. You know, the people who made that forest nymph botanical stuff, they didn't know. They called it nerve calm cream. Dude, this stuff isn't nerve calm cream. It's miracle oil. It works on over 50 things. We've had so many people, I mean, just today on the show, I had somebody saying, nay, it's taking age spots away on my skin. I'm like, yeah, my mom says it works on pre-cancer spots on her skin. Makes them go right away. And I'm like, it's crazy. So.
Nice.
Now,
do you put anything else in there? Like any kind of like a peppermint oil?
And that is the other ingredient. And it was, I don't remember what the inspiration was for the peppermint oil. I think I was looking for something to make it smell nice at the time.
Right.
But then when I put the peppermint oil in, and I may have had some peppermint oil in the house, which is why I ended up using it, I remember smelling it and thinking, this smells like gingerbread now. It smells like gingerbread, baking gingerbread. I was like, that coconut mixed with the peppermint has like a gingerbread odor to it. I was like, that's like magical. That's like freaking a magical. It's like crazy. You take two things and you mix them together and they smell totally different, like something else that it shouldn't smell like. And I thought to myself, it's going to have a nice smell to it, right? Little did I know the peppermint ends up preserving it. It's a preservative. It's an antioxidant. It's an antiviral. It's an antifungal. Bro, I was having problems with a little athlete's foot in between my toes. I put a little bit of that in between my toes. I never have it anymore. It's gone. It never comes back. After I take a shower, I just take a little tiny dab and I put it in between all my toes, as a preventative, and it does not grow there. So, the peppermint I know has something to do with some of the combating viral, bacterial, and possibly working as a preservative. Now, if you leave this stuff out in the sun for a long period of time, it'll go rancid, but lo and behold, it'll smell like machine oil, but it still freaking A works. It completely works. It smells bad, but yeah, in a pinch, if you left it outside, like in a tree fort or something, you know, for mosquitoes, it'll smell a little machiney, you know? But, hey, let me hit this bong really quick. Cheers to you. Hey, no law regarding the freaking article. Everybody subscribe to this channel. I got 17 people watching. You guys come over there. Hey, they're talking. Mark Suave. He says he uses the 1% mix to put on skin. Right on. That's the mix. Cheers. All right.
Now, I know you do sell it. Are you able to sell that? Like, can you get it to Canada?
I do, but I ask for a $10 fee for shipping anywhere international. Extra, just include $10 if
Right,
you can.
right.
Yeah, you know, this is the thing. When I took it down to 0.6%, I was so glad I did. It went to my buddy Karsten Menk in Germany. When it got to German customs, they opened the freaking box, which customs generally doesn't do. They opened the box, they unscrewed, this is crazy, they unscrewed it, they tested it, and they sent the results of the test to Karsten. Back with the jars, closed back up, back in the box, taped back up. Yeah, and said that it met the standards of shipping into Germany from the United States. And they did detect THC.
Nice.
They did detect THC in it, and they were fine with the amount. They said it didn't go over the threshold for the legal amount. You can have 1% THC in a product, a CBD product. It can include up to 1% THC in
Right.
it. Yeah. So I'm at 0.6. So we're good. We're good.
Nice.
Yeah. But, oh, that's the other thing.
What's your,
I attribute the THC.
What's your website to order? Just in case anybody would like to order some from you from Canada.
You know, naysgarden.com. That's probably the easiest one to remember.
There we go.
You know, it's
Now,
triageoil.com is the same website. Triage
Right.
Oil.
Yeah. Have you tried experimenting using a high CBD strain at all to see if it has the same effect?
No. No. You know, what I found out was it seemed like any strain, any kind of cannabis I was using seemed to make this oil work.
Right.
So I
asked because not Candace, Nancy had a sore shoulder, and she was mentioning that she went to one of the local, I think, dispensaries, and she got like a CBD like roll on, and she rolled it on her muscle, and it did the same thing that you're saying, that your triage oil did as well. That's why I was wondering if there was a difference between THC and CBD.
I'd say I bet their product has 0.6 THC in it too, like mine. There's a lot of CBD products out there that don't help people. There's a lot of CBD products out there that are bunk. And people say, it doesn't do anything for me. Yeah. This doesn't do anything, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, when you find one that does, my guess is that it's got the same THC content that mine's got. You know, I attribute that to THC. I believe it's THC. It takes my pain away. Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. Well, this is something different for everybody. They got to actually get to know you a little more personal.
Yeah.
Ones that haven't subscribed to your channel yet, which you bastards should. Get the fuck over there. Subscribe to NAYS.
Don't do it.
At NAYS Garden.
Don't do it. Don't listen to him. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm the one that's driving around all fucking day listening to you. Am I
That's
not?
funny. That's funny. No law
You're
regarding
the radio.
No law regarding toilet delivering truck drivers. Cheers to that.
Professional shit suckers.
Oh, We should smoke more.
So now I know you were mentioning that you didn't care whether anybody purchased it from you. You're just trying to get the word out that as a topical, it's amazing and it does its job.
Exactly. Thank you for saying that. Um, I want people to realize that they don't have to have the pain that they've been experiencing their whole lives. You know, whether I don't care if it's a hornet sting or if it's a little arthritis. My favorite one though, brother, is that nerve tingle that you get. People that have spinal injuries like me, you know, you get a little. It feels like an electric shock. It happened to me last night on my toe. And it just felt like somebody's holding a hot wire to my toe. And
Yeah.
it's very painful and uncomfortable. I didn't reach for the oil. I just kind of rubbed it and it went away. But it took a little while. If you take that oil and you put it on one of those electric shock nerve tingles, it goes away instantly and it doesn't come back. And at least it works like that on me. And I've had other people say it works like that on them too. You know, I was just checking out an old post from somebody who used to watch the show, David C. Baker Jr. He put on Twitter, "Nay, thank you so much for the triage oil. I got the first good night's sleep I in years because this oil made my pain go away." He said, "Thank you so much." I got a real kick out of that. You know, a lot of people have benefited from that, and like David C. Baker, you're all more than welcome to take this this formula and make it yourselves. It's so easy. And let's just go over that really fast. You know, if you're doing concentrates like I am, and it doesn't matter what kind of cannabis concentrate, even if you just have a bag of cannabis flower, you can still concentrate it. You can get the kief, you can get the oil, you can squish it, you can heat it, you can use water extraction, you can use alcohol extraction, you can use butane extraction. There's all different kinds of ways. You can obtain that oil, and then you have the ability to easily make yourself this oil at home, and it's so easy to do. It's not complicated. A lot of people think that it's out of their skill set. You're mixing 3 ingredients. Once you extract the oil, that's the hardest part. And man, a lot of you that smoke, your bubbler's already extracted it for you. Now all you have to do is get it out of there. It's 90, let's say 97% coconut oil, 2% peppermint oil, and 1% activated THC oil. And I don't care if it comes from this or any other source or any strain. And people will try to sell you on a strain for pain. They'll try to sell you on a sativa or an indica. And I'm here to tell you, folks, sativa's got THC and CBD in it too. And when you get the oil out of it, it doesn't matter if it was from a sativa plant or a purple indica plant. It doesn't matter. It's going to make your pain go away. Promise you. Try it. You can do it yourselves. I don't need your money. That's the thing, man. I don't need people to order it. I really just need people to get that message out there and let people know. They've been lying to us all along since 1937. They've been lying and lying and lying, and Big Pharma has been sucking up our money all along. You know, anytime you've used anything for pain, topical, you know, I love this one, steroidal creams, you know, any of this garbage. You've been sold a lie by Big Pharma. Keep that in mind and understand you can fix it yourselves, and you should fix it yourselves. I'd love to see more people making it themselves.
Well, yeah, if you can use this for aches and pains, well, there goes cortisone shots. There goes some other narcotic pills, right? You can replace it with
some point, and then there's a point where, you know, there's some pain that you're not going to be able to deal with the oil. That's for sure. But for much,
you know,
it does work on so much.
Yeah, if you could cut your medication use for pain any little bit, right? It helps, right? Because the idea is, unfortunately, Big Pharma's got us all. You know, at one point or time or another in our life, they're going to have us. So we try and stay out of their grasp as long as we can. I remember posters, seeing posters from the early 1900s about cannabis tincture. Their doctors were selling it for everything. You got the sniffles, you got the sneezes. Take a teaspoon of cannabis tincture. I remember those things. You see them on, if you Google it on Google, it's insane, these old posters before big prohibition.
Yes.
And,
Very
look
common.
at hemp. If we started to use hemp for everything to replace wood, which it can be done because they can compress it enough that it can be just as strong as a 2x4. They compress it enough to be as strong as cement. They're using hemp. It's more expensive. They use hemp in drywall now, and it's using the hemp makes it like fire retardant, mold and mildew resistant. Like, it's beautiful shit to use in your bathroom when you're doing your bathroom.
It's amazing.
I know the industry won't make as much money, but if they could move that way, life could be a lot better for all of us. That's more trees out there.
Yeah. In my opinion, it's too late for all that, and I've given up on that vision. But it's a nice vision, and it's just too bad that we are where we're at today.
Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to mention that we didn't cover at all?
Well, yeah, for your audience especially, I cover crypto on my channel, and
Right. Yes.
We
Go
wanted
ahead.
we wanted to mention a purchase I made today of Scrooge. So, getting on this network, it's anytime that you're going to switch between networks and things can get a little complicated. I was having an issue yesterday with a wallet. And I got really frustrated, and the transactions weren't going through. What the message was coming up was saying, I Googled that shit. I Googled it. Here, it'll come up on my Google.
Wasn't it like the output doesn't equal something? Or...
You're good, bro. Insufficient _output _amount.
There we go.
So I typed that into Google with Scrooge pancake after it. Now, it was insufficient output amount. You guys want to know what that means? You want to guess, Oracle?
Go ahead. Insufficient output amount.
Yeah, you want to guess what they really should have written there instead of insufficient output amount? You know what they should have written there?
Would it be change the last two digits to 99?
No. I'm going to tell you. It's raise your slippage.
They wrote it in Chinglish, man.
Why not? They wrote it in robotese. And why not just say your slippage is too low? Why couldn't some engineer over there, right? At that whoever writes that app at Pancake, why can't the re-engineers over there at Pancake come up with something better than insufficient output amount? How about raise your slippage because it's too low? Oh, and by the way, how about this? Your slippage is too low. You're at 15%. It needs to be 40. That'd be a great message to get. So I wouldn't have to go 16 swap. Sorry, insufficient slippage amount. Okay, 17 swap. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're adjusting the number. Okay, swap. Insufficient output amount. Okay, 18 swap. Bro, I did it all the way up to 40. It took a while. But you know what? I think I skipped from 35 to 40. When I got to 40, it worked. And I got that damn Scrooge. And I wasn't feeling
how
so
much
Scrooged.
What was the fee at that 40? Did it take the whole 40%?
It was fucking nothing. It was a fraction of a penny, the fees. And raising it meant nothing.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fractions of a penny, but it was like 000 BNB. 0001 BNB or something. I was like, I don't even know what that is.
Right now.
Buying it's like $300 or something.
Now, think of the Matic network too. With them creating tokens on the Matic network. You know how cheap Matic network is too, as well, for transfers.
It's like that too.
And then there's like 3 or 4 other ones.
So
there's 3 or 4 other chains that
is
are a
Ethereum?
lot
Are
cheaper
you
than
trying to tell me
Ethereum.
that Ethereum's going to crash? Is that what you're trying to say right now?
I don't.
Could Gussie have
Not
been right?
now, but I'm saying in the future, once more tokens decide to be on BSN or the other ones, like something could happen to Ethereum then. It would be a store of value in silver, I guess, since Bitcoin's a store in value of gold.
I'm reading
These
the
new tokens use these other blockchains, man.
Hey Nick, what's up, buddy?
People will go there because they're doing the cross chains as well, right?
I don't even know. You mean that means you
That's
can
where you can take like. That's when you wrap a token. You wrap it so that you can transfer it onto a different blockchain. So you can do wrapped ETH and put it on Binance.
right.
Smart chain.
I hate that you have to do that. You know, it's just so complicated.
I know.
Ugh. So that was the problem that I was having last night with the new one that I just got into, where I'm getting the pooling. That's on Solana Network. So we should talk about this one, bro. This one's huge.
Okay.
So there's liquidity pools. You know about these?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you doing it?
Not right now.
DeFi liquidity pool. Okay, so check this out. You got Solana?
No, I don't have any Solana.
So this is the Solana
I'm gonna get some though.
Yeah, this is the Solana network. So they're live, and this is just so fucking crazy. This one exchange is I'm trying to think if if I just type in, I think there's a son of a gun.
Type in Solana dexes or something. DeFi.
Have you heard of the wormhole token bridge?
No.
Don't forget about it, okay? That allows you to swap across networks, right? With very, very, very little fees, bro. It's you connect your wallet and boom, you swap. Bam, bam, bam. It's just like that. Wormhole. I'm so glad I found this for you. Wormholebridge.com, bro. Wormholebridge.com. All right? That's for real shit right there. Now, check that one out. This one, yeah, like you said, Solana. No, it didn't work for me. I saved it as a bookmark, man. I can go into my bookmarks and find it. Let me find that bitch. Okay, here we go. All right, Radium, bro. Radium. Raydium. And Radium Farm. So it's radium.io. Radium.io. Okay, so you go in there and you got to bring in some Solana, okay? And you take Solana and you purchase some Ray. And then you take the Ray and you got to take the Ray. It's all this rap bullshit, right? And you got to take the Ray and then you got to buy something else with the freaking Ray. Then you buy, I'll connect my wallet and tell you. It's so freaking complicated. But the good news is, this whole process is completely documented, beautifully, quickly, step by step. If you go to Lark Davis's channel, that's on YouTube, guys. Lark Davis on YouTube. You should all be subscribed to him. You should all watch him every morning. Seriously, if you don't, you're screwing yourselves You need to watch Lark Davis. All right? Go back about 4 days and find his Solana DeFi liquidity pool tutorial. It is so bare bones, quick. You won't be confused at all. You guys will be doing this in minutes. I promise you, I'm an old idiot and I was able to do it myself. You guys will be able to do it too. Get over there and then you'll see this liquidity pool, man. The fucking APY is 56% on the one I joined with Lark. 56 APY.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that one's good. But then if you want to get a little riskier, they got 700%, 1200%. Take your pick at your level of risk. Yeah, APY, bro. That's crazy. 700%. So I'm going to put in $100. I'm going to put in $1,000. At the end of the year, I'm going to have $7,000 if everything goes as planned.
Shit.
Unreal.
Yeah, but that might that APY might fluctuate when there's more users staking there. That's what I've noticed with them. They kind of have a higher APY to drag people in, and then once it gets too many, then it does go down a bit.
Right. So you got to keep your eye on them and see if they adjust, right?
Yeah. So the idea when you're doing that kind of stuff is to try and get in near the beginning of a new pair. That way you can start immediately getting that higher APY and stay in it as it goes down. And then the next one that comes out that has a higher APY, then you just sell out of that and then you jump into that one.
Right.
We have a guy, Tim Perry in our crew, and that's what he does.
Huh.
He does all that kind of staking.
Oh, cool,
in
man.
DeFi. Yeah, he's a DeFi guy.
All right.
Told you, we got somebody cover everything.
I've got...
He covers DeFi. I cover meme coins.
Okay, here it is. I've got this wallet connected, and it's going to tell me what the name of this coin is. I think that I bought because it was Ray. You had to go from Ray, and I think you had to go from Ray to something else. From Ray to Solana. Oh, Ether. No. You know, I think I failed. I think I failed at the last... I don't know. No, I got into the goddamn... Oh, no, that's right. You go to farms. No, I think you do it with Radium. I think I did it with Radium. Okay, I'll go to farms or pools. Is it pools? It's pools. So this is all at radium.io. Okay, and across the top, there's a menu, and it says farms. It says pools, right? I'm on... Okay, right here... It's... Oh, there it is. Pending reward. Okay, I got it. Okay, so it's farms. You click on farms once you're there. And I can give you the direct link. It's just radium.io/farms. It'll take you right to the page. And if you go 3 down, it's Ray-USDC LP. That's the liquidity pool. And I've got three Radium staked in there. So like $50. I put like $50 in there. I believe. I don't know how much a Radium is. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm watching the rewards that come back instantly, man. They just start rolling in. You know, it's very it trickles in, but it comes in instantly. So it's kind of like reflections. But, you know, it's... Oh, there it just went up. It fucking just went up, bro, right now while I was talking about it. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, and what you want to do is you want to try and harvest them pretty regularly. That way you get compound interest with that included in it. Right?
Well, I'm at 0.009.
Depending on the fee.
I don't have enough in there to really harvest. I'm not harvesting anything yet because it's at 0.009. But why doesn't it auto harvest? Wouldn't that be cool if it just went right into your... Why do you have to do that, man? Why do they do that? Why do they do that to us?
I think it's just part of the contract. It's part of the contract that you sign.
You got to move it over. Yeah. It's like they
get
a little fee.
It's good though, because you don't forget, because I have Baked Token that is staking in Bakery Swap, and I totally fucking forgot all about it for the last 2 months.
So it's like a bonus.
It wouldn't even tell me. It wouldn't even tell me which one I was in. I had to go into every single one, wait for it to load to see if that's where I had my Bakery Swap tokens.
Well, that's a little.
It took me an hour to figure it out.
Oh. Then it's kind of like searching for buried treasure, and you've got the treasure map,
Yeah.
and you know it's there. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I know it's kind of when I've lost crypto, and had to recover it, from different apps. It's like or exchanges. It's like a puzzle. You got to get them to help you, and you're trying to solve it. And if you solve it, hey man, for me on a couple of times, bro, I remember. I don't know if you were watching back then, but I had like freaking I don't know, man. I was a lot. I had like $3,000 or $4,000 worth of XRP that was just in the ether, bro. And I recovered it. I was able to get that.
I remember you
Yeah.
talking about that.
Oh, it was a nightmare. It was. I sent it to the wrong goddamn. I had the right wallet address, but I had the memo number wrong. I put the wrong memo number in, and so it was floating there, and Celsius found it, and they got it, and they got it into my wallet. It took like a week, but they got it. I was so thankful. And then another time, I'd lost a lot more than that, bro. I had I can't remember what had happened yet. It's like it's on the tip of my mind. For some reason, the number $19,000 is in my brain, and I'm thinking it was like all of my Polkadot or all of my Matic at the time or something. And I went to move it, and it wasn't going through. But I just can't remember. I got to go back and think about that one. I had this big fucking amount of money, bro, and it was out for a while. And I think I actually had to contact somebody to help me get it back. But I was like, I think I remember thinking at the time, well, I'm not that worried about it. It's cool. But I'll nail it down. I'll tell you when I figure out what that was. It was a big one, a big mistake.
Yeah.
All of it was always my fault for just jumping the gun. Not making sure that you copy and paste something and then you don't look at the last few digits to see if it matches what you just thought you copied and pasted. Because sometimes Windows 10, there's engineers over there in Windows 10 who think they know to change the way copy and pasting works on your computer. So now there's like a list of things that it saves. There's a whole list of things you've just copied and pasted. And maybe it glitched on me when I went to put that memo in on that one transaction.
Yeah.
I'll never know. I don't know what that number was or where it came from. It didn't make sense to me. So how's your reflections doing, bro? And why don't we tell everybody every single crypto we know of that offers reflections? Because I think that's a fantastic thing.
That's like every new token, to be honest.
Which one?
All these meme tokens that all have reflections. They all have reflections.
It's great. What?
But these new tokens, though, the reflections are getting higher. So you're like, some of these are like 15 to 20% right off the hop. So you lose 20% when you buy.
Right.
So you're at 80%, and then when you sell, you lose another 20%.
Wow, that's not fun.
That's to make you hold on to those coins and keep staking them and keep staking them and keep right.
So you know what that reminds me to build value. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of NFT when the original creator of the NFT wants to get like a 10% cut on every sale of the NFT. So imagine you purchase an NFT and you pay $1,000 for it. And you're like, yeah, man, I got this NFT, and somebody's already offering me $1,100 for it. Cool, man. So you take it and you sell it to the guy for $1,100, and then you get your money and you get $1,000. And you're like, what happened? What just happened to me, man? Yeah, man, $100 just disappeared. Ugh.
Yeah, I like crypto. It's really interesting. It makes you think a lot. A lot of reading goes into this research.
If you're doing it right. My problem is when I started, I didn't want to read anything. I didn't want to research anything. I saw something with a pretty logo and a cool name, and I thought, oh, this one's probably going to do great. I like the name of it. I'll get some of this one.
I've done that before too. Logo and name, I bought it just because of the logo and the name.
Neo and I got Nano, the two ends. They got me bad because they were at their peak when I purchased them. I got them. They couldn't have been any higher. Ugh. They've never recovered, and I got a few that have never recovered. You know, Safe Moon, Safe Mars, um, the ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. I got that when it was really high. I must have been really high.
I was in a list to be able to buy that as an IPO before it got listed. And I was just like, they wanted like 7 or 8 grand. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And I should have. Because it was really high when it first came out.
Wow.
Really high. What was it, like 400s or something, wasn't it? Or 200s? It was a lot.
Doc says he's got the best NFT, and then I'm going to hold this up. Do you, Doc? Do you have the best NFT, bro? I don't know.
That is the best NFT right there.
I can't get rid of it yet. I'm still holding on to it, man. It's gaining value. He says I was high too. Right? Ray is $5.38, and I've got $15. What? No. Why does it say I got $50 worth if it's only 3 point something Ray? I don't understand if Ray is $5.38. It should have been like, I don't know what the fuck. Then they're not Ray. Maybe it's not Ray that I'm holding in that pool. God, how do I find out what that is? It says stake. Your staked. Stake LP. What's that? Ray. Balance. Ray. USDC. 3.0. The balance says, oh no, the balance says it's $53.91. So I've got 3 of something that is $50, $53.91. So what's that? How is Ray only? I mean, I believe you when you say Ray is $5 or $3, whatever it is. But what's going on over there? Is it wrapped or something? Is it worth more? He's gonna clone. Doc says he's got my DNA because he's got my beard brush. He says he's gonna clone my DNA with a pit bull. Fucking funny. Oh, my beezel. Financial. Oh, look at that! There's chat on screen. Lots of staking opportunities for fans these days.
I decided not to post nothing because we were having our little interview talk.
Oh, I like that. I want to see their chat, man. ICP got it bad.
Yeah, ICP got it bad.
I got it bad. Like a good name by Bumcrack, Dave Love.
It is a token. It's on the XRP chain.
Bumcrack. I refreshed it to see the 107 even nicer. Fairy Dust. He's at 107. Who's at 107? Oh, 100 subs.
I am. I got 107 subs. I was at 99 yesterday at work. And one of the guys I work with, he came out, and I was like, dude, go to my fucking channel on YouTube and subscribe. I was like, you'll be my 100th person. He's like, okay. He's like, that is. I look at my phone. I'm like, yeah, 100. All right, thanks.
Nice. Congratulations, bro. It's awesome. Hell yeah. Wow. It's a milestone, bro, when you hit something like that. I love that shit.
Gary says it was a good interview. Nice.
Thanks, Gary. It's not necessarily over. If not, if I come up with more. Hey, for instance, I forgot. You know, I wonder if your audience is still getting that blurry image of me the whole time. Is it still all blurry and crappy?
Yeah, it's still blurry, but you get used to it.
Cool. Well, I
Like I
brought
concentrate more on your voice than I do your look. So
I brought up. Wow, Saitama is down to 4, bro. What's up with that?
I know. Yeah, that's a good thing though.
Is Sada Mask have a release date yet?
I don't know. I did mine this morning, and it actually registered me, and it said it was sending me my login, my activation code, but I haven't got the email. I
Oh
did
no,
that
that's
at
what
like
happened
six
to
o'clock this
me.
morning. Man.
That's what happened to me. I got all the way through.
You're waiting
It
for
said we're gonna give you your
yeah, you're waiting
six-digit
for an
code,
email.
and never fucking comes through. And you're like, yeah, typical.
Yeah,
I'm not
apparently.
surprised. I'm not surprised because you guys suck. You don't even listen to your audience members when they're talking to you and telling you that your shit's broken. You're horrible people, all of you, all 6 of you on screen. You're all horrible, horrible
What?
people.
It'll go through eventually. We'll get it. We'll get.
I'm gonna have like 6 freaking emails from them. Try this number. Try that number. Try this number too. No, that number's no good anymore. But try this number. All right. No law regarding Sada Mask not having a release date on when I can get on that thing. I'm kind of excited about it actually. Iceman, cheers, buddy. Dabs up. My buddy from Orlando. On the buddy bong.
Oh yeah, somebody mentioned my jars in the chat earlier.
Nice. Mmm. Buds.
Lots of them.
So we're watching right now. Let me pull up my screen. And brothers from different mothers. Okay. Okay, we're good there. I said share screen, but it didn't. It didn't come up.
Yeah, it's here. Hold on.
Oh, my bad. Oh, cool. So is that blurry as hell too? I'm sure it is, right?
No, that's actually really clear, dude.
What?
Yeah, it's really clear.
Like laser beam clear, huh?
Yeah.
So what I like to do, is I like to look at the top. Scales at the top right now. Doge, believe it or not, hit 21 cents today, guys. Adam, you guys, I always remember Adam as Cosmos because I think of Adam Benson floating around in an astronaut suit in the cosmos. So that's how I know that Adam is Cosmos. Litecoin,
Nice.
Matic is one of my favorites right there at 238. It is at its 24-hour high as we speak, guys. Matic just hit its 24-hour high. So welcome to the Oracle Show where you are literally getting real-time crypto information as it happens. So Synthetics 533, Shiba Inu. Now what I'll do now is I'll go all the way down to the very bottom. We'll look at what was at the top, and now we'll scroll all the way down to the very bottom. And say Tom is at the bottom, but I wouldn't tell anybody to get it right now. Loop Ring is $1.43. UFO is at 15, and Harmony 134. I wouldn't touch Harmony 1 at 30. Now this is something to recognize right here. The fact that Harmony 1 is at 34 cents, and that is the low over the 24-hour. You guys have to remember, Harmony usually rides around 20 cents. 25 cents would be fine for that. It's so high up right now. And just know that if you bought it right now, it could just totally drop out. It's a good one, but I think it's going all the way up to $1. I'm going to keep my eye on that one for sure. EFI's doing okay. But, if I'm trying to get in on something right now, I'm having a hard time deciding, because the market seems to be doing actually fairly well. I don't see anything. Okay, here's one. Here's one. This is a good one. Crypto.com is at 45 cents, and it's been there for a while. You can see the 24-hour high is 44, and the low is 45, which is where it is right now. And the 24-hour high is 47 cents. It's going to go all the way up to 60, 65 cents, and then some eventually. So if you wanted to get in on something that I felt was going to go, I would totally look at Crypto.com. Sandbox is way down, man. This is beautiful. This is something you want to see. Sandbox, the 24-hour high, guys, is 558. Look at this. 488 right now. That is a steal on that Sandbox, which is going to go way over $6. So, you know, Wilder is down. Look at AVAX is under $100. Take note. Avalanche is going to go, guys. So, look, Eagled is way up at 200. Do you guys see the difference here between AVAX and Eagled? Look at this. They're both at like 2%, and yet they're both right next to each other on this list. They're both like right next to each other. And if you didn't know what these things did, you know, on average throughout time, you wouldn't know which one would be a good buy. So these 24-hour markers right here are really good if you're keeping track over the last month or the last 6 months, and you can remember where you got in at, or you remember where, what I like to say is where they average at, where they ride at. And if you can remember where those are, like Crypto.com, 60 cents, that's an easy one to remember. Engine's way down. I would think that would be up around 350. It's way down. Storage, I know storage is going to go over $2 again. It's at $1.60. And I'm familiar with these. So you get, the more you watch them and you keep a list like this, the more familiar you'll be with. And when the time comes to purchase for you, so if you keep an eye on them, and that's why I like to keep an eye on these things like this. You know, I think it helps immensely. And then I like to compare the market like this. We'll just kind of, I was looking at Bitcoin before. It was crazy. I actually found a head and shoulders that was inside a reverse head and shoulders. It was one of the most frightening things I've ever seen because I didn't know what Bitcoin was going to do. And what turned out happening was absolutely nothing. They canceled each other out. So look at this. You've got a giant shoulder, head, shoulder right here. See this giant head right here? But look down here. Look right here. You've got an upside down shoulder, head, shoulder right here. And they are completely negating each other. You know what ended up happening? Nothing. It went down and went back up, and it ended up right where it was before. So when you see a head and shoulder pattern on the top side, and you've got an immediate head and shoulder pattern underneath it, these things are right on top of each other. Head, head. See that? Boom. Nothing happened. Interesting, right? You know, some of these patterns are really fun to watch, but what I really like to do is to look at everything simultaneously and just kind of see some of my favorite cryptos. I'll stretch it out and I'll get an idea as to where you know, the lead crypto is, the thing that seems to be leading out in front of everything else. I'll look at all of these simultaneously. I'll try to put them all in the same time frame. So I'll get on one. What we're using right here is Crypto Watch Desktop. I think it's a great tracking software. It's not what I would recommend for technical analysis. It's more what I call for just basic monitoring. Well, you know, if you're looking to just get in and out, and you want something easy, this is great for that. If you want really good technical analysis on your crypto, I recommend you guys check out Candace's podcast, Financial Brew. That's where you're going to get the best technical analysis on the internet. Otherwise, Oracle, why are you so quiet, man? Did you go out and smoke a cigarette, bro? You smoking a cigarette, bro? I think he is. Are we still live, bro? Oh, there he is. Dude, are you muted?
Yeah, I'm muted. Fuck sakes.
Oh, I'm glad I figured that
That was
out, man.
awesome. That was awesome.
So,
No, if I went out for a cigarette, I would just go have one. I'd take my phone with me.
oh, cool.
That's
Cool.
how I do it. I take my phone with me outside, and I stay on.
Cool. So, basically what I've got here are my, some of my favorites. There's across the top, it goes Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Matic, and Sandbox. I try to represent what in my mind represents every corner of the cryptoverse on this screen. I get an idea what's going on in the metaverse with Sandbox. I get an idea what's going on with the altcoin community between Cardano and Matic. And I get an idea what's going on with
Right.
Ethereum, which kind of stands alone it's kind of its own entity as well as Bitcoin. So I look at all of those. I don't get too complicated because it uses up my bandwidth too. The more of these I open up, the more bandwidth it uses. And I can only have 50 in my list here, and I'll use that list as a gauge as well to see what's in the green, what's in the red, what's at the top, what's at the bottom, and which direction the market's going. Whoa, big drop on Ethereum right now. So it looks like Ethereum is leading. Now watch this, guys. You might see a giant drop across the whole board now. Ethereum did it first. As I saw it, there is a giant spike, and if you look down here, look. You'll see Ethereum's it reversed. And this giant, it's going back and forth. Look at this. Look at this activity, guys. Look at this Ethereum activity. So this is very liable to be our leader right here. But we love that giant spike of volume at the bottom. It is unbelievable. So there was a huge drop. Look at the drop. 3308. I mean, on Ethereum, that's huge. Boom. And then snapped right back up with a giant volume spike. And now as we look, we are back up at 3314 as if nothing happened. What was that? What happened with Ethereum? Wow, you see exciting things like that. And you start wondering, freaking Oracle ×2. Look at this. We're going for a cigarette. We're going outside. Now, when I used to smoke cigarettes back in Florida, the way I quit was every time I felt like smoking a cigarette, I did a bong rip. And if I did a bong rip and I felt like smoking a cigarette after that, I would do another bong rip. And I would do it until the urge went away. That's how I quit smoking cigarettes. So, if Oracle, once again, I want him to know he's muted on screen. We can see that he's muted on his phone. Okay, so
Damn it, I did it again.
the drop literally corrected itself. I don't know what just happened, and now all of a sudden everything is spiking upwards, which is beautiful. I love that. I love it. I mean, Bitcoin just took a giant jump. Cardano is jumping upwards. Matic is jumping upwards. And you guys, I don't know what the explanation is how this seems to happen all the way across every freaking cryptocurrency sometimes. They all are like locked together in unison. And then other times they will move completely opposite each other. And if I knew what caused that, what triggered it, and how to monitor it perfectly, I would be a billionaire in days. You know, if you could master that movement. And that's why I recommend CoinCasso. Yo, Oracle, you ever heard of CoinCasso? Give me a nod if you have. Oh, you can you unmute yourself. CoinCasso.
What was it? Coin? No, I haven't.
Oh my God, bro. So, I'm not a trader. I'm a hodler. I don't understand trading. I'm still trying to understand, shorting the market. I don't understand how you can make money when the market is losing money. That's the thing. You're betting against it. But why are people taking a bet on that? Because there's a chance that you'll be wrong, so they'll get to take your money. Okay, I get it. Okay, I think I just got fucking shorting the market. Holy fucking shit. I just explained it to myself. That's it. I got it. It's a bet. You're making a bet. A put is a fucking bet. That's all. You're betting somebody. And they're betting that it's going to go up when you're betting it's going to go down.
And if you win, it depends. It could be like you
Leverage.
win 2x or 3x.
Right, if you leverage it, sure.
Whatever,
certainly. And if you lose the leverage amount too, right? You lose an exponential amount of what you put in. Okay, so. Wow. We're learning things here, folks. I'm a noob. But I was making a point there. And I lost my point. I was talking about CoinCasso. So this guy, he's not like me. He's not a hodler, man. This motherfucker is a goddamn. He's a serpent, dude. He's a goddamn viper. And he shorts that fucking market. And he longs that market. He shorts the market. He longs the market. He shorts the market. He longs the market. And he'll do it in an hour. And he'll take $100 and he'll turn it into $1,000 in an hour. In 1 hour. Short and long and short and long and short and long.
Isn't that what that one guy on your channel does that? Is that not what he does? I can't remember his name.
Joe H does it, but he doesn't do it at the rate. Joe H does longer predictions, right? And rides them. It's to my knowledge. This guy, he's doing trade. 1, 2, 3. Trade. 1, 2, 3. Trade. Like that shit, bro. Like people playing chess and hitting the fucking button in between each move. You gotta go see it on his channel, bro. You gotta go watch what he does. It's amazing. It's like...
Yeah, that's insane.
Oh,
I used to trade a lot, but not like that. He
has that, like Carl the Moon, that understanding of all the patterns. You know, he knows all of the movement. He's got that extra sense of what's going on, you know, like what's going on in Asia. Like Joe H talks about, hey man, the markets are opening up at this time, so things are going to happen, or it's the weekend, or it's this day of the week, or blah blah blah, you know, or you know, who is it now that's threatening to ban crypto in their country? I forgot. It's another country, you know, and all these things are affecting, you know, the crypto market. And that helps him too. But, oh, God. It's like watching an artist, bro. He's like an artist with a paintbrush when he does it. And he'll teach you how to do it by watching him on his channel. Hey, Dave C. Fishing. Hey, Noli D says, I love NAYS. Thank you so much, Noli D. Thank you. $18.22. Josh Vance said, super clear. Orlando represent, says Docky Hollandaise. Docky Hollandaise. So we've got Bollinger Bands that are supplied to us by Joe H on the show. And, well, I usually have them right here. But I've misplaced them, and they're I just had them too. They show the levels of resistance and support for Bitcoin. And right now, Bitcoin is at 43,064. So that next level of resistance is at 4390 or 91, I believe. Unless that was 4291, but I don't know where I put those Bollinger Bands at, man. I ran off with them. I ran off with my Bollinger Band page. I always have it. right here. Oh, here it is. I found it. 43091. I remembered it. Can you fucking believe that? So we're at 43074, guys. Buy your Tesla mugs on a red day. Muted, says Hyatt.
I'm not
43080.
muted, am I?
No, I hear you fine. Hi, Rye. What's up, brother? Hi, Rye, man. Ken, you are ryeing it again. What's ryeing it mean?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, I got something. I got something, and it's called when you Candace it. You want to know what that means? You want to know what?
Mean?
Hey, Candace, when you Candace it, that means you giggle every 3 words. Uh-huh.
So true.
Oh, you're Candacing it. How do you keep muting yourself? Hyatt says. It's so funny he says that. You keep muting yourself. Yeah,
Well, I mute it to.
I think Hyatt is way
make
behind.
Any noise come through.
Bro,
and
I
have
think
to
these
turn
are
it
from a
back
few
on.
minutes. I think these are from a few minutes ago. When you were outside.
Yeah, I don't know. It's scrolling a bit right now. So
MC says I forgot my Bollinger Band in the car. No. Here, let's show those here, so you guys can see what our points of resistance and support are. So we're at 4385, guys. It's exciting. 4382. We're almost over that 4391. What did Candace say?
she said, "Fair enough."
Candace, I enjoyed watching your upload today. I just want you to know that. Did you see my I left a comment on YouTube for you. It was very
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it there.
It was very good. Her upload was really good. You know, about NFTs. The one about NFTs? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually really good. She does good work though. She's getting better and better every time. So
I'm just trying to figure out, you know, because she does those quick cuts, and I'm trying to figure out because I think sometimes she cuts before she really starts laughing, and I'm like, what was so funny? What was she gonna be laughing at? And sometimes I'm thinking she's laughing because she's thinking about what she's doing. When I get 1,000 subs, I'm having a drinking stream, and you'll see super. Candace, when you're doing that up, we should pull that up every time she giggles, every time she chuckles. Because I think she's thinking about how funny it is. Oh, you replied? I'll have to go back and see how funny it is that what she's saying, and she's laughing at her own jokes. And she's like, that's why she starts chuckling, because she's like thinking about how funny her own jokes are. And even like, I think that she's thinking about jokes that she's about to say too. And she's just laughing off in a weird time where you're like, yeah, she's thinking about what she's about to say, or she's thinking about something she just said. And she's just having so much fun while she's doing it. She's laughing the whole time. And she's doing those quick
well,
cuts.
she's getting really quick on the dad jokes. That's for sure. She's getting really quick now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Look at this Bollinger Band resistance right here. Now, this is why you will see this, guys. When you see Bitcoin is at 43.82 and you're like, well, it's weird now. It's just kind of settling there. It's because it's under this point where it's trying to get through. And you'll see it might try to get past that 90, 91 a few times. And when it finally does, it won't go back underneath it. Then it'll keep moving. And that's that point of support. And that resistance then becomes a point of support. So think of it like this. The price is underneath a trampoline, right? And it's trying to get above the trampoline, and it's trying to poke through. And when it finally pokes through, then it starts bouncing on the trampoline. And the trampoline, instead of it keeping you from being underneath it, it starts propelling you upward. Probably the best analogy I could come up with for how the trampoline is first it's the resistance, and then it becomes the support.
Right.
Resistance and support, Bollinger Bands. So you can see it's still trying to poke through from underneath. Besides your altcoins, what's your favorite stable coin? That's a funny question.
USDC.
So that's a funny question. Now, what would that differ from you then from USDT or, XRP, one of my favorite stable coins?
It is, man. It really is. It's getting there.
Well, I hope it gets back to stablecoin status. Jeez, I've been waiting for months. Sometimes I'm laughing at the mistake I just made that I'm going to cut. I knew it. I was like, she's having so much fun doing it. You could just hear her start to crack up and it cuts. Like, I wanted to hear her keep laughing. I knew she'd just start laughing there. She cuts it. She cuts out all the laughter. Stop cutting out the laughter, Candace. We know you're laughing. What did it say about guitar? What was that? I missed that one. Oh, come on. I can give a... Ken, you should bring Andrew to join the stream with his guitar. Andrew.
I have a friend, Andrew, that can play the guitar.
Oh, nice, man.
He's an interesting cat, we'll say. I've had him on here a couple of times.
Nice. We are getting some serious indicators on Sandbox and Matic and massive indicator on Cardano. You guys can see it. It's really easy. So when you're looking at a pattern like this, it should just jump right out at you. Now, just because you see this on one doesn't mean it's going to happen on all. But you've got basically a falling triangle here. This is where your bottom is, and it's actually called a wedge. It's called a falling wedge pattern, not a triangle, and because that's flat right there. And this is what they call an unsustainable pattern. It'll do this for a while, and when it gets, you see it starts, it's got a very wide dynamic to it. It goes up and down and up and down, and it's a little smaller and a little smaller, a little smaller, a little smaller, and it get to that point where it gets a little smaller, and then all of a sudden it'll do the breakout. And when it does the breakout,
right,
it's probably going to shoot upwards on. I would think that a falling wedge pattern would result in a break upwards, but I could be wrong. I don't know that pattern. I don't know what that pattern results in. So just by watching Cardano, you might get a good indication of what's about to happen. Or what I love to do is I'll zoom in like this and I'll look for my head and shoulders pattern. And I'll try to find the last thing that happened. And, the only thing I see is a on top head and shoulders pattern. This is a shoulder. This is a head. This is a shoulder. And you don't get that down here. You don't have that anywhere down here. So that resulted in what you're seeing right here, this drop. So the good news is that's about all it's going to drop right there. It's probably not going to go much lower because you're seeing that yellow marker, which is indicating that it's about to, hopefully, as I speak, this always happens as I say it. It'll be like, fuck you. And it's like, no, we're going to go down. We're going to go down lower. And it is. It's going down lower. But the good news is there's a drop in value and there's a drop in volume. And what this always indicates on Bitcoin is that it's about to go up. So if you look right here, see the volume going downwards? Volume's going downwards. That matches the drop in volume and in value going downwards too, right? That always results in a shot upwards. What has to happen right now is this green marker needs to get big and it'll turn this red marker yellow. So you got to see this green marker below go green, get big. It'll flip that thing yellow. You got the double yellow marker behind it, and then you're going up. So, Bitcoin, this happens way faster on. This is, we're on, I thought we were on Cardano. Oh, yeah, we're on Cardano. Okay, cool. My bad. For a second, I thought we were on Ethereum. Okay, here we go. So we're looking at that volume marker down at the bottom, and where it's building. Your marker in the top should flip yellow. If it stays green below, see now as soon as the bottom starts dropping, it's not a good indication. Up there you go. There you go. So it did go yellow. And now you've got double green volume below. If it stays like that, then I want you to look at the bottom of where the candlesticks are. And you'll see there's like a turn right here. So you've got like a up here kind of short, and then here long. Here it started to look like it was going to go up, long again, and then shorter, and then shorter. And right here, there's actually maybe a J going back upwards. So you want to look at the bottom of the candlestick. Sometimes I won't look at the candle wick itself. I'll look at the stick itself for the movement of where I think it's going to go. And I think that might be a good sign right there, finally, because this was a big drop. So we'll see, because I don't think that this head and shoulders right here pattern is going to result in much more dropping. As soon as I say it, look. Isn't that funny? Right when I say it, it starts dropping. You notice that? As soon as I say it, it starts dropping.
Yeah. MC Paradise wants to know how your thorium's doing.
Thorium, you know, I took a good amount of that thorium and I bought Scrooge with it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, let me take a gander over here. It's in my Binance. Okay, so thorium is I got a little tiny bit. I got 17,000 coins, and I think what are they worth? Like a penny. What's thorium at?
Oh, I have no idea.
Does anybody know what thorium's at?
Give me a second, I'll look it up here.
We've got a triple yellow marker indicator on Cardano. It really is trying to turn around. It's showing. Now I'm not used to watching Cardano as like I watch Bitcoin. The movement could very well be different. But if this was Bitcoin, man, it would probably be turning around.
Thorium is a penny and a half right now.
Okay.
Canadian.
So I've
That's
got
Canadian.
I got 17,000 of those little things. It's like, what is that, like $700? Probably not even that. It's probably $70. How much is 17,000 penny and a halves worth?
I don't know. I can't do that math right now.
Okay. 1 penny. There's 17,000 pennies. You divide that by 100, right? By $1.
So $17?
That's pathetic.
Am I right? $17?
I don't know. That's pathetic. Is that how much thorium I have? What is that? What good is that? What's that doing for me?
That is 0.012 American.
Right on, Win It Muncher. That's hilarious. Hey, Nay, one of my friends asked me if I still smoked weed, and I told him to go fuck himself. I'm creating little monsters, bro. I told him to go fuck himself because he doesn't respect the plant enough to call it what it really is. Cannabis. It's hilarious. Bad Bad Blue Jaw says Newfoundland 420. I still keep thinking about the radioactive thorium. Yeah. Man, there's not like I don't have like a thorium wallet, do I? Where it's like making some kind of fairy dust or something.
I thought you did.
Wait, let me see.
Oh no, it might not have been a thorium. It was that other one.
VRA?
Yeah, yeah, the 25%, 25
Oh.
point. Yeah,
Oh.
I remember that one, but I
Let
don't
me see
remember one for
something.
thorium.
Thorium.finance. Let me see what they got for me
Cisco
here.
says it's $170. 17,000 pennies is $170.
Ah, woohoo! It's way more than $17. Yeah,
Yeah, so you're doing pretty good.
doing
Nothing wrong
great.
with that.
I'm doing great. Hey, my stuff's already connected. It's the thorium thing here. What am I looking at? I don't even know. It says view account, but dude, it would be hot pools, vaults, thorium exchange. Yeah, I don't see anything here. I don't think there's a thorium wallet. Yeah. I don't have some special amount of thorium somewhere stashed away. Like magic. Like magically. Fucking. I think this is all the thorium I ever bought. But, it's that VRA, bro. VRA.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good on that.
I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. I'm going to pull that thing up. Oh no, it's going to do this whole thing. The login shit. It's freaking horrible. Hey, there's that turnaround on Cardano, finally. Exactly as I predicted. I tell you what, bro, that could be an inverse head and shoulders pattern forming right there. On Cardano. Let's look at Bitcoin now. And this software is really easy to use to move things around to see what you're looking at. Just scroll the mouse wheel around here when your crosshairs in the window to manipulate stuff. So this is Bitcoin, and we're just gonna look over to the left one time really quick and just see how the whole market's looking. That's really easy by just looking at the 24-hour percentage, which seems fine, guys. I mean, there's a lot in the green here, which is what I'm looking at. Saitama's not doing great. Harmony 1 is down at the bottom. So, just keep my eye on that. Oh, VRA is at 3 cents. There it is. So once we look at that, we'll move this out of the way.
You're getting 20, what are you getting 25.99 or something on that one?
Was it? Fuck, I don't remember, bro. I don't know what I'm doing.
When you were staking it, I think it was like 25.99% or 24 or something.
Nobody's staking anymore, pal.
Which is damn good.
Nobody's even doing that.
That's a good stake. You
Nobody.
set it and forget it.
Nobody even has to pick all the motorcycles and solve the puzzle, pal. Solving the puzzle.
As long as you remember VRA is at 3 when you put them in, you don't even have to look at them. You just let them sit there and stake.
Nobody's even got to do the two-factor authentication anymore, pal. Unreal. Nobody's even doing it like that. What are you even doing? Nobody does it like that. All right, so... Wow, yeah, I do. Share this number with nobody. 962437. All right, here it is. There's my VRA. I can see it. I've got 354 VRA extra. So that's what they've given me. And I put 13,000 VRA coins in at they're 3 cents each.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, they're, let me see if it says what the staking amount is. 25.55%. 25.55%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually not bad at all.
So that's VeroWallet.tv if you guys want to go over there and stake some 25% crypto. Um, you know, people might think I'm crazy or whatever, but I'm talking to my accountant's secretary yesterday, and I said, if you guys want me to teach you about crypto, where I'm earning, 14, 15% low risk over at Celsius, I said, I'd love to teach you guys about this stuff. And she was like, yeah. She's like, totally. And I thought to myself, it's like everyone else that ever says that to you. You'll never hear back from them. But one day they'll realize that they should have.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm that person. I'm her back in January a year ago, December a little more than a year ago, October, when Killer GB was coming into my chat and saying, bro, are you looking at Bitcoin? It's at $29,000 right now, bro. It just hopped up from 28,000, and I was like, no, I don't watch that shit. And then next thing he's like, bro, Bitcoin's at 30,000. You watching it? No, bro, I don't watch that shit. Why not? Why? Because that shit could all just vanish, bro. She could all. I invest in land, bro. I don't do that. It's magic money shit. He's like, he comes back a week later. Yo, Nay, Bitcoin's at 35,000, bro. Dude, I'm making money. He's like, you should look into this. I'm like, yeah, but you could get hacked. The next day,
Yeah.
I'm taking a shower, and I always watch something on my YouTube with my Bluetooth speaker. I always put something on from YouTube, and it just
Right.
happened to be fucking Stephen Colbert. No, John Oliver, last week tonight, HBO, John Oliver, and he's doing a thing on crypto, and this guy from the Hodl gang kid, the Hodl guy from fucking Florida, that was driving a fucking
Mhm.
Ferrari, or whatever the fuck, and I was like, I was watching that after what Killer GB had said to me, and I was thinking, I was like, if that kid can do it, man, I was like, why don't I do it? I mean, I got all this money just sitting here. Why don't I just put some in crypto and see what happens? It was like the next day was, mid or late February. That's when I finally stepped in. And man, I had missed so much
Right.
opportunity at that point, bro. From December to February, that was when the crypto market was, like Killer GB was saying, had really, people, it was making millionaires every minute during that time. And I was just missing out, man. I wasn't even looking at it. I had no idea what was going on.
I was looking for stocks, so I found the High Ride channel, um, and then in there I found Tim and Nancy when they were talking about crypto, and I caught one of their videos, and it was Nancy talking about OMI and the VV app and how it's going to be a big explosion. It's going to be listed on Binance or something like that. So I went ahead and I put $2,000 on it
Yeah,
because
but
I
bro,
researched it
you
and I thought, okay, yeah.
didn't you say you had crypto from way back?
I used to have crypto from way back.
Right. So
It
you
got
had a
all, it all got
wallet.
stolen on me.
You had a freaking wallet. You didn't have MetaMask, did you?
No,
Right.
no, not back then.
Right.
Back then is when all chains had their own wallet. So you'd actually have to download the whole blockchain to your computer.
No
That's what would
shit.
update your wallet to show
No
the transactions, and then when it gets to yours,
way.
then it's deposited into it. Yeah, yeah.
Whoa, bro, we've come a long way.
And now, well, now MetaMask, right? It's constantly updating all the chains all the time. So your amount is up to date. That's in it.
We just went over
Every time you log in and look at it, it's up to date.
We just went over 43,091. Up it goes. Here goes Bitcoin. So here, that's that Bollinger Band. It's above the trampoline, guys. So that's beautiful. As we can zoom this in, we could keep our eye on that movement right there. and see what the whole market's doing simultaneously by just, moving that over. And at the same time, if you want, you can see what everything is doing. This has to be dragged back. You have to be familiar with what it's doing. Sometimes you have to, like, I know that's not the right spot. I pushed it. I pushed the whole scale. Let me make this easier on myself. There we go. Wow, it went way back. I mean, oh my goodness. It almost seems like it's covering more than it used to. There it goes. That's it. Okay, so now we got your Bitcoin. Okay, we got your Cardano. We got your Ethereum. We got your Matic. We got your Sandbox. Okay, great. We'll keep our eye on that. Keep our eye on this. And now we'll see that whole market movement simultaneously. And if something does something, something wants to start, like for instance, those two yellow bars right there on Matic, it looks like it's about to really jump up. We'll see it as an indicator maybe to what the rest of the market's about to do. So right here we got this big red candle on Sandbox. So don't let that fool you. Sometimes the metaverse does exactly opposite what the crypto market's doing. And don't confuse them. They are separate. They're being tracked on the same software, yes. They are crypto coins, yes. But they are totally different animals, and that metaverse will ride all together, while, all the altcoins are riding separately. Not always. Sometimes Sandbox will do exactly what everything else is doing. But very often you'll see this, what's happening right now, the opposite. Look at Sandbox going down. Look at Sandbox dropping while everything else is pumping. It doesn't make sense to me, Oracle. That does not make sense to me. People are losing faith in the metaverse.
I don't know. There's a lot of information coming out right now with these big companies getting in. Disney and Samsung and
So you would think that things like Sandbox would start pumping right now, right? When the market is pumping.
pumping or going sideways.
So when Bitcoin's going to go sideways, that's when Sandbox is going to launch.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. It's so funny to see that happen. And you can see it on a chart like this in real time. And it really gives you a better check out OMI. What is OMI?
That's the OMI token that I was talking about. That's the first one I bought. I put $2,000 down on it.
Right. How's it doing now?
It dropped. I'm at half. I have like $1,000. So it's just a sleeper. I'm letting it sit there.
So it might be a good time for me to get on it, right?
A lot of people have been, yeah.
Wow. I got this rash right here on my arm. It's just from me scratching it. It's red right there. Right here. This whole area. And I'm just rubbing the triage oil on. It's making it go away. It's making that burning feeling going away. About metaverse myself. Sorry, needed to slip in a Spider-Man reference. Metaverse. I don't get it. I didn't get the Spider-Man reference in that, Candace. Oracle. What Spider-Man?
Yeah, I
What?
didn't get it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't get it.
You guys look at 0.99 on Bitcoin, guys. 100. That is the trampoline, guys. 0.91 is the trampoline that our friend Joe H tells us about. So this is really valuable information. I still got 13 people chilling over on my channels.
I got 13 on mine.
That's 26 people, brother. Hey,
Yeah.
man, give us a 1 in one of the chats if you're double logged in, guys. We'll find out how real this really is. Someone said great analogy. That was Sean McGahee. He said about the trampoline analogy. Support and resistance. Man, it's like this. When you take your girlfriend out to dinner and she has a really nice night and she's supporting you, but then you tell her she looks fat in something she's wearing and now she's resisting you. It's kind of like that. Support and resistance. Summed up like a relationship. $43,113 on the Bitcoin. Why? Okay, was it okay if we bring if Gary wants to come on and Candace and
Sure, yeah, I'll send out the link.
you guys? What do y'all think? You want to come on? You want to join us? Look at
They
Matic.
probably will. Matic doing good now?
Yeah, well, bro, Matic did this huge drop, and it's at its 24-hour high. I can't even talk. It just did this huge drop, but it's at its 24-hour high. It's 1 penny away, and it did this massive drop. It doesn't even hurt it. It's like freaking the Teflon crypto, bro. Matic, I love it. My goodness, man, it's keeping me afloat in my portfolio. Wow, Bitcoin's down so low for me.
Yeah, I bought Matic at 30 cents, and then I
Great.
couldn't get it out of the exchange. They had wallet maintenance for like 3 months. So when Matic went from 30 cents to 90 cents, I had to sell it on their site. I couldn't take the coins with me.
Wow.
I had about 400 coins, so it wasn't too
Wow.
bad.
How do we feel about Bitcoin? Josh wants to know over from my chat. Who's coming on? Candace. We'll ask Candace how she feels about Bitcoin. Hi, Candace. How do you feel about Bitcoin?
I've been thinking, I sort of have two minds. Initially, I thought it was going to bounce the way it has bounced and that it was going to go back up. But at the same time, I also am really kind of thinking that we're going to see a little bit of sideways motion for a bit. So I've kind of, when it came to the TA, I did that, created the bounce going up. I've now sort of said, okay, I've closed that and I'm looking for a brand new pattern. Once I have that new pattern, then, I'll have a little bit of a better idea.
Just so, when you're looking, are you going in like 4 hour? You do like
No, the pattern that I've been using is on the 1 day candles.
1 day, 1 day candles.
Yeah.
So, when are you applying all of the patterns that I've been trying to learn about? That's all applicable to the chart that you're using, or does it differ?
It really depends. I mean, it depends on what patterns that I see. So, for example, right now the last pattern I had that I had the breakout of it was an ascending triangle. which I love playing triangles. Those tend to be triangles, ascending channels, ascending triangles, wedges. Those tend to be the ones I love the most because I just find that they work a little bit easier. Now, if you head back into some of the larger, even larger candles, like I think on the 15-day candles, there was a head and shoulders pattern just recently. And if it had broken down, we would have been in trouble.
Right.
Because it was looking like it would have taken us really low into the 30,000 range if it broke down. So I was kind of happy that that one didn't. But here's another thing too. This is what a lot of people don't take into consideration when they're doing technical analysis, is that you really have to look at the overall volume of trading, because if you've got really, really, really crappy volume, when you get your breakout, it's probably not going to hit the target. It's going to fall short. It almost always does in situations like that. So that's one of those little things that I sort of like will say when I'm doing my TA, for example. I'll be like, well, you know, this pattern does typically break to the upside, but we just don't have the volume. It's not going to go all the way up. If it does break to the upside.
I'm just adjusting my camera here so I can get you on here.
Ah.
Let me see here. That's how we're gonna do this.
I found a new background there for Ken tonight.
Yes, I see that.
I love it. Looks like you're at the Smithsonian.
I know. I was thinking, that I'd go with something a little bit cool. Oh, we almost had infinite NAYS for a moment.
Oh, we could do that. I always love playing with that. I'll trip my audience out from time to time. We'll do funky stuff with the software when it allows for it. I've learned some tricks along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no.
But I thought it was actually
I was gonna say I'm no librarian in the
ahead.
Smithsonian, but.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things that was really funny is Ken here had you as a surprise guest this week, and he's like, "Yeah, I got a surprise guest," because last week I had my surprise guest, and I kept it under wraps really well. But it's like I stop on NAYS channel, and NAYS just very simply, "Yeah, I'm on the Oracle's channel." It's like, oh, there we know the surprise guest.
Shameless promoter. What can I say? I gotta promote my boy. I gotta promote you. I gotta promote yiiii, Tim and Nancy, all my people. I gotta shout y'all out. We got Journey now. Who's new? Ken. Who else you got?
Journey. There was somebody else too. I can't remember who was doing one. Nate Palmetier.
He's on my show on Saturday, actually.
Yes, he is tomorrow night. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nate's
Family
great.
budgeting or something.
Nate's great.
It's going to be all about family.
Love Nate.
Probably touch on budgeting. I imagine we're also going to touch on the REDSP, so which is the Retired Education SP, so RESP, sorry. So yeah, we're definitely going to hit on a whole bunch of different things around family and also probably education as well.
Nice.
You know, like how do you teach your kids finances when they're not learning it in school?
Nice. That
That's so true.
That thorium.
Oh yeah.
That thorium was $407. It was 13,000 thorium coins. It's like, I can't remember what the price of it was, but I just saw it. It's like $400 worth. So that's how much thorium I got. Someone had asked earlier, and
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I never did the math.
Right.
I never figured it out. I was like, I got 13,000 of them, and there's some extras. Oh, the staking in the pool. So remember to go to Lark Davis and check out that Solana video. Solana pool, liquidity pool staking. You guys have got to watch. Whether you want to do it right now or not, I don't care. You got to go watch that Lark Davis video and learn about it if you don't know about it, guys. It's vital, man. The amount of money that you will make by just letting your crypto sit somewhere, you're crazy to not just learn this, It's... If you can make 700%, if if you can make 1,200%, everybody, you could all be making money like crazy, man. You start like that, and what we were talking about, compounding it, right? By harvesting.
Mhm.
It went up again, man. I should put that
They
on
need to
screen.
put the auto harvester in there though, man, because that's silly that you have to do that all the time. But
Yeah, but then it kind of works the same way the leveraging with puts and shorts go. It's a way for them to, slow down the amount of revenue that people are making off of their backs, right? Because if they made it automatic, dude, even people that don't know about it, all of a sudden their wallets would start exploding. They wouldn't even realize it. But at the same time, that doesn't happen because you got to jump through a few hoops whenever you're doing wrapped conversions. Dude, you're like a ghost on my screen. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's funny because your name's the Oracle, and the Oracle shall predict what? What shalleth the Oracle say? Oracle, speak to us all today. Oracle speaks.
buy TARP coin.
Buy it now. And it's called what again?
TARP coin was
TARP.
the contract was written by the same guy that wrote everything for Satama. He's one of the devs,
God, man.
and they're gonna bring it to the state of Mask as well. It's on the BSN network right now.
There's no telling what this is going to show on screen when it does this. What kind of personal information I'm going to dox myself. Okay, hold on. It's like it shouldn't do that.
That's okay. When Nay talks, I don't know which of the 5 of them to look at.
Where's the chat? Where's the chat? I see why it's doing that. No, I don't want to show everybody my radium. Stop it. I hate you sometimes. Not all the time. It's a love-hate relationship.
Just sometimes.
Yeah. There we go. Even more nays, right? I tried to move it over off screen, but it only lets me go so far with it. So if I want Candace on here, oh, here's what I can do. Here's what I can do. I got it. I got this all figured out. Here, watch this. I've got this thing that lets me cut the side off the right of the screen off. There we go. Perfect. Look at us. Look at us, Candace. Look at us.
We're getting there.
Less me, more you. It's an improvement for sure.
Yeah. Ken, if you want to bring up Riley Mack's comment there about the shirts.
Riley Mack from Ken's
All
channel.
right. So, I said I would give a quick live demonstration of why I laugh the way I do in my videos. So this is what would end up happening. I'd be coming along and I'd be going something along the lines of this. And I'm just going to use Riley's line here as what I'm supposed to say. So I'll be like, gotta start selling those shits, Ken, I need... gotta start selling those shirts, Ken, I need one. That's how it happens. Because then the shits part gets removed. And I'm laughing already because of what I just said.
Right.
And so that's where you hear all this laughter and you're like, what's going on?
Candace, let me ask Oracle first. Could you remove that? Because it's right on her face. I can't see her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Candace, how many mistakes do you make when you're doing an upload like that? Or are you just editing for time and for just to quicken it up?
Well, I do 2 things. One, when I normally talk, I do tend to talk a little bit slow, and I do tend to leave gaps between my sentences. So I got to edit those gaps out. So I'm moving those gaps, and then anytime I completely botch something. But one of the things I've been working on is talking faster. And by learning how to talk faster, it's helping me reduce the number of gaps where there's no space, because now I can just string a whole bunch of thoughts together into really long sentences that keep going on and on and on and don't really stop. Sort of like this sentence right here.
You know, so whenever whenever I stopped eating sugar for the most part, I mean, I still have sugar. I don't totally eat a lot of sugar. All of a sudden, I could speak more fluently. You know, all of a sudden, I could remember words, and I could chain my sentences together and make more sense and do recall. That's what helped me out immensely. Was sugar was poisoning my ability to speak, to just say what was on my mind. And I didn't realize it was about 7 days after I'd stopped eating sugar, and all of a sudden I could talk again. And I noticed it immediately on the podcast, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's like I can think more clearly, and I can remember what I was trying to say, you know, a minute ago. I can hold 2 or 3 different chains of thought simultaneously now, where before I couldn't even hold a single chain of thought and retain anything that I was speaking about, because my brain was just so confused. But for me, when I had that clarity, it improved my ability to communicate with people. It's great. And it's almost like instantaneous, Candace. If I go and I have like a soda, or if I pig out on some cheesecake or something, and I go and I do a podcast, all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, you know, had some sugar and I'm kind of crashing off of it. You know, it has that kind of an immediate effect on me. In fact, I was feeling depressed earlier today, and I was like, I don't know what to do, how to get myself feeling it. I got on the floor and I did 3 push-ups. I did 3 push-ups on the floor to try to get my, because I heard that when people work out, they get like a buzz, like it feels good or whatever. I did 3 push-ups, and then I went and I, you know, did some things. I had some popcorn and I watched some videos on YouTube. And then I went and I did 10 push-ups. And then it hit me. I got that little rush, and I felt so much better. I was like, I needed something to start my metabolism, and I was almost feeling depressed, you know? I don't know if it was from sugar consumption, but the mood swings, you know, those feelings that I was having, they're such a distraction to me trying to just communicate with people. And it's just nice when I get that flow, you know, and you can say what's on your mind. I'm talking to my mom earlier, and we're on the phone, and I'm eating popcorn, and I was high, and it was taking me, you know, it was taking me a lot of effort to try to get my words out to her, and then I'm munching in between the words and stuff, and I could hear the frustration in her voice, and I could just imagine when I'm live, you know, and everyone's just sitting there like this, just rolling their eyes, just listening to me stumble through something, you know. Ooh. Oh boy.
Yeah. Nope. I've actually haven't had any sugar since like December.
Wow. I'm gonna have some right now. I'm like,
well,
oh,
I get
good.
I
I'm
yeah,
gonna
no, I
get
have
sugar
a
in there.
second channel. I started a keto channel as well. So, but
Since
that's like a 1 video a week channel.
are you noticing any differences with not eating sugar?
Yeah, well, I used to do keto a lot, and then when the human malware event hit us, I sort of stepped back, because at that time I was fasting. I was doing a lot of fasting, and we didn't have the information on how bad the illness was going to be, and if fasting was going to put me at a higher risk. So I had to sort of step back, and then eventually I just sort of fell off the wagon from the stress of being at my parents' house at the time. My parents are stressful people, and now I'm picking up the pieces and getting that back in order. So
on my channel,
and I was like, well,
go ahead. You're like, well,
I'll just finish. Yeah, and I was like, well, you know what? Since I'm on camera all the time anyway, I might as well just put that journey on a keto channel, and leave it out there. If it helps some people or inspires some people, then wonderful.
Right. So I started calling it the bug on my channel. That's the code word, the bug. So if I want to refer to this, I do that, and if I want to refer to this, I go like that. And if I want to refer to the bug, I just say the bug, and I'm like that to the algorithms. And right now the algorithms didn't hear anything that I just said. Not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And shit lips
Absolutely.
can, and so can the engineer crew at YouTube.
Mm-hmm. See,
we
that was actually kind of funny. I got fingered by you multiple times in that time because there was a delay between your different streams. So
oh
two fingers came up and then they came up again. that was,
got
that
the
was funny.
finger. Lots of fingers flying. The fingers were flying that night. Indeed. What is this doing here?
Yeah.
Why do I have two of these up? I am so confused. Dude, I am so confused right now. Dude, what am I looking at? What is this?
I don't know, man. What are you doing?
Dude, I'm looking. Does anything change on my screen? Oh
I see a desktop now.
Oh my God!
I see something behind it that almost looks Egyptian.
I am so confused. Oh my goodness! Is what? Dude, I'm so confused right now. Oh my God! I don't know what I am doing. Oh my God! I am so lost right now. Where's my goddamn streaming software at? Oh, there it is. Oh, fuck. There. Now I can see what I'm showing you. Okay, cool. Alright, let me go back here. Full screen. Where was full screen at? Why can't I see full screen? Go like that, and then go like this. There we go. I'm a disaster. I'm a disaster right now. I'm really high, I guess. Having a hard time thinking.
How'd that happen? You didn't take a bong hit for a while there.
Bro, it's because my cannabis is so ultra potent. I only snort half a line in the morning. And then, I gotta wait at least 6 seconds. And now I'm snorting that other half of a line of ultra potent cannabis. Because it is so ultra potent.
Well, on the bright side, this is the show to be in that state.
That's very true.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Everything goes.
Better to be in a Canada.
A couple of us got wrecked on here the one night.
Canada cannabis based. Kevin Lesnar, what's up, buddy? Hello. Hello.
Yeah, and hey to Bleak, who just joined on Ken's chat.
Hey, Billy. Tarp. Yeah, they're all promising.
It looks like we'll have Gary in here soon.
Yeah, Gary said he'll be here shortly, he says.
Gary, okay, cool.
So I'm slowly flipping comic books over on BB. So I took the Avengers and I sold that, and then I bought Astonishing X-Men, and now I'm selling that, and then we'll see what other opportunity. I'm making about $3-4 each time I flip right now because I just don't have a lot of opportunity yet. Instead of waiting for a good opportunity, I'm just gonna pick up $4 here, pick up $4 there. Then when I see something really good at a bargain, I'm gonna jump all over that.
Is there any gas fees involved in that, Candace?
Not gas fee. They do have a small transaction fee. It's like really small. I think it's
a decimal.
If I'm doing like a $20 transaction, it's under $2. So there's a small fee, but that's why you take that into account when you're doing your flip.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. like watching TV on my watch.
Watching TV on my
You want to go?
watch.
You want to go here? I can stop sharing the screen. We can take this off of here.
There we go. We can all get a bit bigger.
Now I'm gonna have to fix my screen over here.
And here we have Gary. Hi, Gary.
Hey everybody, can you hear me?
Gary, hello.
Yes.
Good to
Yes,
see
sir.
you again, brother. Always a pleasure.
Beautiful. Well, I did a thing today. Well, actually not today, a few days
Oh
ago.
yeah, what was that thing? Yeah.
So I have stepped away from Cardano. Sold it all.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
What did you move it to?
I bought 2,200 coins of Matic.
Okay.
And now Matic jumped today, so I'm pretty thankful for what's going on. I took a little bit of profit. I've been up huge. I think I just got to a certain point looking at it, watching it. It spiked a little bit, then dipped again. Watched it spike just. I think it was 135, I think, or 136, if I'm not mistaken. And I said, okay, that's it. I'm done. It's time to move on. I've held it since 2014. And so I decided to make a change and see where this rides me for a while.
Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't think so.
No. Nomadic, I think, is going to be is a solid choice. So.
Yeah. So I'm holding just a little bit less than I was with Cardano.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm going to top it up and then bring it all the way back up. I'd like to own, just shy of almost 5,000 coins. So,
Holy shit.
Wow.
Hey, my JC bag's worth 6,200 right now.
Wow.
beautiful.
How much did you initially put into that investment, Ken?
1,000, $1,000.
wow,
Okay.
bro,
You know how it is roughly. It was probably like 9 something or
Mm-hmm.
950, but then gas fees, so it puts it just over 1,000.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, so that's like a 5x right there.
Now with Matic, I need to find out if that's the best choice to hold for 3 to 6 months. And can I do anything with it besides just looking at it on a daily basis?
That's the thing, right? I know when I sold out of my Cardano, I just moved it into Polkadot because, at least I'm getting 12% APY on that. So, and that
Nice.
compounds like every 3 days. So,
Hey,
it adds up
Gary,
pretty quickly.
Gary, you
Where's your-
staking? Are you
where-
staking? Are you
Yeah,
staking that
staking
Polygon?
it for 12%.
I'm not staking the Matic. I don't know where to stake Matic. I don't think you
Celsius,
can.
brother, I think you can get 9% on it.
Yeah?
Yeah, Celsius. I'll tell you.
How
right-
is Celsius? Is Celsius a trust?
Yeah,
a
I trust it.
wallet to hold stuff?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
I
they're
trust
one
it.
of the bigger ones. They're pretty much as trustworthy as BlockFi.
Okay. So what I'll do is maybe over the weekend I'll transfer it over there and stake it and let it sit there for a while.
Yeah, you might as well be making money. If you're going to be holding it, make money on it at the same time.
Yeah, I have no desire to sell it out, but in the same transition, I want to be able to let it sit and make some money on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've also got a little bit in Kava because right now I'm staking Kava for 23%
Yeah, it's 9.1%.
Where are you?
9.1.
over on Kraken.
Kraken. I've looked at Kraken, but I've never set up everything over there.
Yeah.
Well, I heard rumors. I don't know if it was Ken who actually mentioned this, that we could be in trouble with Kraken down the line.
Yeah. I remember reading an article, but I haven't heard
Regulatory.
anything about it since.
The nice thing is, though, is if the Ontario Security Commission would drop the hammer on Kraken, we'll probably get the same kind of notice that we got with Binance.
I would assume so.
So it'd be lots of time to move it just to another exchange at that point. But
Okay.
for now, I like them. They've been pretty reliable, and I can move the money out of it pretty quickly. Like if I want to move my money out of Kraken, I can have it over to, normally what I do when I move it is I just convert it to Bitcoin, fire it over to ShakePay, and then I can pull it out. So I can do that whole process going from Kraken to ShakePay to my bank if I want to. Usually in about 3 to 4 hours at the most.
Okay, that's not too bad actually.
That's not bad at all.
I'm still dollar cost averaging both Bitcoin and Ethereum every day still.
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take you, Nate, to withdraw some money
For what?
from crypto back into your wallet?
For what? What are you talking about exactly?
Like, you've done that before, right?
Withdraw crypto and get it into the bank as cash?
Yeah.
Okay, it's different depending on where it's going to come from. So I was having a problem with that today, and I figured out that if I switch from if I switch from anyone, like if I'm like on my offline wallet, I can't go directly into my bank from my offline wallet. So I have to take it and switch it over to my Cash App, and then it'll go directly into my bank from Cash App, and that seems to be the easiest. And there's no fee from Cash App into the bank. There's zero fees.
And how long does that take, that process?
Seconds. It took me seconds, and then boom, the money's right in the bank.
Nice.
See, seconds, so we got to deal with what, 4 hours?
Just because I just saw Journey enter, and I just want to point something out here. So not tomorrow. Tomorrow, of course, is Nate, but the following Saturday, me and Journey are going to be talking all things comic books and BB for that live stream. So that is going to be absolutely awesome. If you like BB, you like NFTs, or you just like Journey, head over for that one.
This is for Journey.
Yeah, Journey's awesome. He rocks.
So that particular comic, I got a very low number, like super low number, and I won a bid on that way under cost. So
Nice.
very ecstatic about that. And one of the actually great things about that particular book, or that NFT, I actually have the original comic book.
Oh, nice.
So for me, that's pretty exciting.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, that's the thing. Even right now, trying to work up and flip a few comics, there's that part of me that's like, oh, I just want to keep it.
I lost a bid today. Went back and forth on one particular comic, and we were all the way up to 55 gems.
Mm-hmm. Which comic was it?
It was a rare hot monkey.
Mm.
So I really want a copy of this, and they're I've seen them as high as almost $700.
Oh, wow. I think there's only one comic that if I get my hands on it, I'm probably not going to sell, and that's any of the New Mutant ones that come out, because I have a soft spot for the New Mutants.
But I've definitely 3 and 5X a couple of my comics already. I haven't sold them, but super impressed about how quickly they're climbing the charts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I've noticed that every little flip that I've done already. I'll buy something for $12, and the next day it's up to 14 or 15. It's like it's moving steadily, so I'm like, okay, this is perfect.
Hey, Nay, that's the that VV app that they're talking about. Have you looked at that yet?
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with it. Very easy to use. Besides just buying the gems on a U.S. exchange rate, which is not the most exciting, especially with your credit card, because that's what you're tapping it against. So you got to pay, an exchange rate based on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get their
Now
doing their airdrop messages all the time. Their emails.
Yeah, I've been trying for those airdrops, and they just
Yeah, they're almost nearly impossible. I think Journey scored a few of them. Well, I know one for sure. I'm almost certain Journey scored one, but they're not easy to obtain.
And the funny thing is, the one they did yesterday for Alpha Flight, I was thinking that because Alpha Flight wasn't super popular, that maybe there wouldn't be as much people interested. But that one seemed to go even faster than the Spider-Man one from a couple days ago. Plus, I noticed as well. Too. Well, what is it?
I think there's one tomorrow. Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that, so have to try that in the morning.
Yeah, 12 hours from right now. So yeah, run around 11 o'clock.
Well, it's at the point now that I'm watching the clock and I'm trying to do my initial click in about a microsecond before it flips to 0, just to see if that'll help. Well, it hasn't yet.
But tomorrow's is gonna. I believe it's not a $6.99 type of thing. I'm assuming it's 50 gems. So it's a big investment tomorrow.
Oh, that must be a big one. So I don't have 50 gems, so I guess I won't be trying for that one.
Well, that's the thing. If I don't, maybe Journey can confirm. But when you win an auction,
yeah,
you have an X amount of time to be able to put the money into the account in order to buy it or to transfer the money. So I'm not sure if you need it at first. If you're just eager to say, hey, listen, I want to see if I can get in.
Yeah.
Because if you can get a drop, it doesn't matter which one it is, even at what cost. You know you're gonna minimum 3 to 10 extra money.
Well, exactly. That's not a big deal.
So even if you don't have the money in there, just making that attempt of trying to get the drop, because you can then top it up, purchase it, auction it, and then obviously recoup your money and then cash it right back.
Exactly.
I assume you can cash it back out. I haven't tried yet.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I imagine you can. I noticed Neil in the chat mentioned that I totally agree, Candace. I felt the same. Thinking that must be about the New Mutants. Maybe Neil's another New Mutant fan. Neil said you should have your gems loaded before. Now, I think Neil has actually won quite a few of these airdrops as well, so.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, it's a lot of hoops to jump through. I mean, I understand it. It's free stuff falling from the sky. But at the same time, man, every airdrop that I've ever just looked into, I was like, no, man, you like want to occupy way too much of my time. And I'm just going to go buy some fucking NFTs. Fuck you. I was like so disgusted with what it was because I'm like, oh, it's a fucking lottery. Oh, I get it. Oh, there's only going to be 10,000 people who get one. Oh, I got it. Oh, and there's only 3 million people who've signed up for it. Great, I'm like, oh, fucking
the way I look at it with this one, Nay, is that these ones here, they happen so fast, like quite literally.
The law of averages, you think pretty soon you're going to get one eventually, right? Right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, but don't you got to be present for them?
No, yeah, you got to be present.
Yeah, that's taking up your time, and your time's valuable. And that's bullshit to me.
Well, yeah,
and that they're sucking you in. To me, it's like a fucking casino. And they got you coming right in there, and they got your number, and they see you coming, and they got you now. They got you, and you're just sitting there. And it's like, oh, God. It's such a lottery. I freaking hate that. I love that, some people get, my buddy Pinoy, he's harvesting NFTs like crazy. He gave me one. I was so glad, man. He gave me that Chucky Picasso. Oh, it's bad to the bone, man. But then again, I'm like, what do you got to do to get these things, man? How far, to what lengths, bro? He doesn't tell me. I have no idea where they're coming from, He doesn't reveal his sources.
Yeah, I don't believe.
Yeah. Now that's a question.
You can transfer gems. So.
Yeah, Now I heard as well that they're going to eventually allow you to have Omni right there on the app itself. So if you can convert gems to Omni, you might be able to then transfer Omni perhaps at that point.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier because then I can buy up a fair amount of Omni.
And then when that starts happening, then Omi should go back up.
Or what are their gas fees like on that swap? That gems to Omni.
It's not available yet, so I don't think anyone knows.
Oh, wait. On Vivi, don't you need gems to buy anything on Vivi?
Yeah, you need gems. So you're buying gems directly, not through Omni.
Oh. I got you. Like with Ethereum.
Yeah, they haven't made that integration yet. It's coming though.
Yeah.
Ethereum.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So you move Ethereum into VV and then you wrap it. Is it like a wrap thing again, or?
Yeah, well, it looks like it's getting close because Rai was pointing out that the Omni wallet's already on the app, that you just have to enable it, but you can't swap into it yet. So
Yeah.
And now Neil says that you can transfer between people.
Huh. That's awesome. I think you can
I think
transfer NFTs because I've
Sure.
been nice
Yeah.
enough to get a few from a couple of people, which
Yeah,
I'm very
Benoit
thankful
gave
for.
me that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, he gave me a few. Trying
Yeah.
to remember to shake your phone every day. It's too much stress, bro. Look, if you can get them, get them. You know, if you can get airdrops, get them. But I'm just saying, man, it's don't get wrapped up to the point where you're playing the law of averages, and the average, you know, the numbers are just not doing it. You know.
154 days.
And then if what you get, does it have any value after all that you go through? Does it have any value once you get it? You know, consider that.
So I've been daily cost averaging $7 into Bitcoin since October. And from that
Wow.
time period all the way to today, I'm up $98.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all. It's
No.
not huge, but
So that's an
Well, I mean,
automatic.
yeah.
That's an automatic purchase. It goes through. You don't have to worry about it.
every day in ShakePay, yeah, ShakePay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean,
I have one on Bitcoin in the middle of the afternoon, and then I have one in the evening for Ethereum.
So you
well, I mean,
said.
once the market actually recovers and
I'm
Bitcoin goes up again, that'll be impressive.
Sorry, wait. Did you say it was every day you put in $7? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, every day $7 into Bitcoin and $5 into Ethereum.
Okay. Since October,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's worth what?
It's just right now it says $6.98.
So $700.
Yeah, well, $700. Yeah.
That's not bad.
So would you
Yeah.
say it was like 90 days, bro?
Yeah, well, if you say November, just under 90 days for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah. So you put roughly 105 or so into Bitcoin. Doing that.
200 Bitcoin it should range. Yeah, the total calculation is just under 200 a month, and then Ethereum is was that $35 a week, or 35 to 45, 60, 90, 100 and.
are you
Can't do the
ever
math. It's late and I'm tired.
are you ever frustrated when you look at that? Are you ever like, man?
No, I don't look at it at all. Like
Oh.
the only reason I look at it is I put it into my spreadsheet each and every day, so I just constantly watch and see. So I try to do that 3 or 4 days. So I'll go 3 or 4 days and I'll log in because you get an email for every time you purchase
Right. Sure.
both the coins, and then twice a week I'll go in and I'll take them all that information and I'll transfer it over to my spreadsheet, and then put the cost of Bitcoin, put the cost of Ethereum beside it, and see what my averages are.
Wow, man, you've been doing that for 90 days. That's amazing. That's like science, bro. People are gonna learn a lot from
Yeah,
that.
it's pretty cool.
Oh,
I'm going to, yeah, for sure.
yeah, I'm only on 13 days on my shake because I Tim Dantered it a little while ago. I was
Whoa.
like about 280 days when I Tim Dantered it. I couldn't believe it.
Does that mean buying at the top?
No, Tim Dantered it means you forgot to shake. Well, it isn't even that. What happened is you have to shake once a day. So I was on one of Ken's streams, and we were getting close to midnight, and I thought we had hit midnight. And so I shook, and I didn't realize came up with too much shaking instead of the win. So I thought I had it. But apparently I shook at 1 minute to midnight. I missed it by a minute, and that broke my streak because the next day I thought I was good because I shook the night before.
What is the shake thing? What is that?
it gives you free Satoshis every day. So once you hit the max, because when you start at the beginning, they give you a tiny bit and slowly works up. And once you've hit 200 days, you get 1,000 free Satoshis a day for shaking. So now instead of 1,000 free Satoshis, right now I'm getting like 130.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
I'm 43 days away, 47 days away.
It's nice once you get there. Just don't get complacent. I was complacent. I was
No,
like,
it's the
"It will
first thing
never
I do.
happen to me."
My alarm goes off in the morning, and then it's the first thing I do is I log right into ShakePay, do the shake, and then I'm done for the day. I don't even look at it again.
Exactly. And that was what I used to do, but the problem was because I had a couple of shows where we were going past midnight, I was like, oh, well, I might as well shake now. Instead of, so this time around, I'm just going to just leave it. That's going to be first thing in the morning every day. I'm not going to shake at night at all.
That's when I shake it. As soon as I get up,
Yeah.
I make my coffee, I go outside to have a cigarette, and that's the first thing I do on my phone is I shake it now.
I don't even check anything else. I don't
How
even check
long
my
do you have to
emails
shake
first.
your phone for? Is 1 second? It's just like the
3 seconds.
It's a second like that.
Yeah, except for sometimes. There's every so often I'll have it and I'll be coming onto that thing. It's like the Richter scale starting to move from the amount of shaking I'm doing as I'm trying to get that thing to register it.
You guys are
No, I
all
don't
gonna
have
get
a
carpal tunnel, all of you. They got you. They got your number. Yet another hoop for y'all to jump through, man. It's like they got you, bro.
That's okay. I know somebody's got some great oil to fix that.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're all good,
And
brother.
What are they
besides, we're
doing to us?
Canadian. We all have strong wrists from harvesting maple syrup.
What I
That's
can tell you
great.
actually, so this ShakePay credit card, so this prepaid credit card, which I find is quite interesting because my credit cards, I always try to keep them at zero. I pay out the balance on a weekly basis, and so I never really see anything. But having it as a prepaid, it's the first time I've had a prepaid card. So now what I've done is that I've loaded it up, and now that's my budget for the month.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to do it. It'll keep you from overspending.
Oh my goodness, yeah, because I realized, oh, I have X amount left, and I'm like, what do I need to do? I hold back? Am I able to buy something else? And sometimes now I have a surplus, which is pretty great. So last week, for this whole entire week, I spent $33 this week. That was my entire week. So it's been a really great week this week.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. That's one of life's problems that you want to have is having a surplus at the end of the month.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I
that's where.
have to continue topping it up because I have all this daily cost averaging. So it keeps taking a little piece every single day, a couple times a day. And I'm like, oh, wait, time out.
Well, here's the interesting thing. Any of the people who are here who got into the whole EIT thing, you should be seeing something over the weekend, as early as Sunday. If you guys remember, they were doing that 44 cents a share that they're going to pay out in shares. So that's coming out this weekend. And if you also had the dividends before the ex-div date, which I think was on the 21st of December, you're going to get your dividends as well. So, it's a good weekend for people who hold EIT.
Yeah, I haven't looked into Jill just puts out, but I'm using the Well Simple card. I have yet to look into the Well Simple card, and not sure what's that all about. I'm assuming it's a prepaid card as well.
It is, and the whole difference, and this is the whole reason, because me and Joe were talking about it earlier today. With the ShakePay card, you don't have a physical card, so you don't have a number yet. But you can it'll still hook up to your Apple Pay or your Google Pay.
Yes.
But where Jill and I get a lot of our stuff off of Amazon, it doesn't quite work that way. So Amazon doesn't take Apple Pay or Google Pay, at least Amazon Canada. I think the US one does. But so we're in a situation where we still want to get cash back. So by using the Well Simple, you're at least getting that 1% cash back. So you're getting something opposed to nothing.
Hey, whoa, Ken.
I use an Amazon
Ken,
credit
don't
card
run
for the
off.
time being.
Ken. You hear me, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna go, brother. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for having me on.
It was
Oh,
nice
okay.
to see you again, Nay.
Yes, it's
good
always
to
a
see you, Nick.
pleasure. I love all of you. Thank you so much, Gary, and thank you, Candace. I love hanging out with you guys. But I'm exhausted. I'm gonna
We'll
get
talk
off.
soon, brother.
I'll be watching from off here though. So I'll see you guys in the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys
Have
take
a
care.
wonderful night, Nate.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on again.
Thanks for
I
coming on.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Remember that's over on my channel too, brother. Go check it out over there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alrighty, man.
And
Okay, man. So, I'm looking rough. I'm looking rough over here. Look at me. Look at me with my hands all messy. Okay, well, if you guys enjoyed that show, I hope you did. It'll be available over there. It might be private on my main channel, but you'll be able to see it on 5 of my other channels, Facebook, on Ken Oracle's channel. But my channel probably have the highest definition, especially near the beginning. So check that out, you guys. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. Bye now. And big shout out to thank you to Ken and the Freakin' Oracle. Thank you, buddy.